Well, y'all come on there, have a seat, man. Tony Light, man, y'all do me a favor, like it up and share it as soon as you come in the live. Like it up, share it, and drop the NAS. Let me know my audio was great, man. This is gonna be a good live, man. We finna dive into some things that we probably have already talked about, but I feel like we need to reiterate on, okay? Especially when we talk about Malcolm X, people like Malcolm X, okay, Dr. Martin Luther King, and many other leaders that have stepped forward and tried to, make a change. When we talk about history, okay? So with that being said, y'all do me a favor. Like I say, like it up and share it. And drop them NAS, man. Let me know that my audio was good. Kingston P. Marley, thanks for the NAS, God. John Franklin, peace, God. Thanks for the NAS. Tony Light, thanks for the NAS. Where y'all at, man? See, I made it to another live. I'm happy you made it to another live, John Franklin. Welcome to the live reflection. Frederick Worthman, thanks for the NAS. And Dale Watson, peace and love. Reflection to you as well. Tanya King say beautiful. Christy, thanks for the NAS, Christy. Evening Soul family. Kingston PJ Marley say Evening Soul family. Thanks for the NAS, Indale. Thanks for the NAS, Trisha Boyle. Thanks for the NAS, Tiffany. Thanks for the NAS, Carlos. Y'all do me a favor, pound that like button. Thanks for the NAS, Janetta. Thanks for the NAS, Savi M. Shalom to you too. Ronnie John, thanks for the NAS. Vanessa Jetson, thanks for the NAS, man. Pound that share button, man. Y'all know we fighting with the algorithm over here, man. We fighting with the algorithm over here. Whenever we put up certain things, bro, it's certain things that they don't want to talk about, man. Now, I will say this, man. It's a lot of people that say skin bone them, man. When we talk about the live that we did yesterday was great people, man. And I feel like, yeah, that's the issue. A lot of people, okay, that are inside of these societies, okay, are great people. At least that's what they portray, okay? But when it comes to the type of things that they choose to partake in behind the scene, well, that's another story, okay? Because you have to understand, bro, the person that people are when they're not with you is what truly matters. That's what truly matters, man, okay? So, I mean, and like I said, I'm not here to throw any dirt on anybody's name, man. That's just not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to get truth, man, because I really and truly understand that the truth is the only thing that will ever set you free, man. VT say love and light, man. Thanks, Reflection. Same to you. John Franklin say loving your work, God. Thanks, Reflection. Mary Jones sent them NAS. Thanks, guys. Got us for the NAS. But yeah, we got to watch, man. We got to watch out. Okay, so like I said, man, as you can see by the screen, we got Rizza Islam, man. I do feel like, man, when we touch on Rizza Islam, man, no matter what it is that you may think about him, how you may feel about him, so on and so forth, man, he does touch on some of the topics that need to be touched on, okay? And I feel like, I wanted to get my perspective in, why it is that, people like Martin Luther King and, Malcolm X and the rest of these leaders that step forward, even the modern day leaders like Rashad Jamal, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about Malazat Kazi York, these leaders as well, right? Who step forward, right? And, try to empower a certain group of people, man. Why is it that they always, in some way, form, or fashion, end up being alive, or they have their lives taken away from them by being thrown into a prison? Okay, why is that? Is it because they're afraid of the coming of a new Messiah, another Messiah? Let's dive into that, man. And so with that being said, man, I want to start this off with the right spiritual energy. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to the ancestors, and peace to all of the high vibrational beings on the planet. Today, I'm sending you nothing but love and light, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
Yeah, like I said, y'all, we've seen a lot of people come along, and I feel like this issue is still an important issue for us to touch on, right? Because it seems like no matter how much time progresses, we still see the same routine take place when it comes to the so-called black leaders in the community that stepping forward, especially when we talk about the ones that are not associated with these boys or girls clubs, y'all. Because you have to understand, I keep telling you, everything is an illusion. Therefore, everything that you see on television is nothing more than an act that's being played out in front of your face, okay? And that is because the world is nothing more than the big stage. Drop them nads if you understand where I'm coming from, okay? That's the reason for that, okay? So I truly believe that anyone, that makes it to a certain height and they're not being drugged through the mud, they're not being sent to jail in some way, form, or fashion, having their character assassinated in some way, form, or fashion, bro, they are not who they say they are. They're not who they say they are, okay? And that's because we've seen it. It's a pattern here. This is something that happens ritualistically. Anyone that makes it to a certain level of where they're able to be heard by a mass group of people, and they're able to, you have to understand, bro, it's not the fact that you're able to download information. The fact is that you're wanting to share that. That's when you become dangerous and a threat to the powers that, whatever. You feel me? You become a threat then, though. Okay? So that's why we see this pattern of so many of these people that step forward, bro. Okay? End up being in jail or unalive, right? And more so, I want to say nowadays, you end up in jail rather than more so than unalive. That's just the new way for them to do it. I feel like they feel like, hey, that's an old way. Just let them ride away. Just let them ride away. But, with that being said, I feel like this is going to be a deep subject, man, and we're going to touch on some real top subjects in this. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump into this video.
I'll say what J. Edgar Hoover said in his Black Missiah, where he mentioned, we must prevent the rise of a Black Messiah that can unify and electrify the people. That was a quote from him. Unify and electrify, meaning bring them together to electrify, give them the energy. The energy to do what? To go against this system by building their own, separating from them and building up our own everything. The way we would defeat this system is by us establishing.
I feel like he just said so much within that little bit of sentence. Okay? And the reason I feel that is because we have a lot of people who step forward and they be like, man, we need our own land. We need to have, our own shit going on, so on and so forth. But I don't think a lot of people really understand how much you make yourself a target when you begin to separate yourself and you start to do things in your own way, right? And especially when we talk about, that group of people becoming large and popular to the point where they're starting to attract more and more people to that lifestyle. Then you have to understand they're going to start to give you, unity. Dwayne White said it right, unity. You feel me? At that point, you know what they're going to start to do? They're going to start to call you a cult. Okay? That's going to be the first way that they start to demonize whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's positive or negative. And that's because they did not give it their stamp of approval. They didn't give it their stamp of approval. All right? So I tell a lot of people, man, don't be so quick to say, I want to go out and do this and that. Then you don't know what comes with that, because they're going to try to target you because they understand, bro, that the level of consciousness on the planet is beginning to rise. And when a movement like that starts to move, you have to be prepared, because they say, hey, if he get people back to understand, or she gets people back to understanding that, they're rooted to the planet, how connected they are, that they shouldn't have shoes on, that they should actually land on the ground because, it grounds them with the planet, then guess what? That takes away from our pockets in the system we set up. So it's real. Dwayne White say fear and God can't coexist. Yeah, be God by it. That's big facts, because you have to understand that fear is nothing but an illusion to begin with, something to control you with. Okay? And so you have to understand that when we talk about the Most High, He has not given you the spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and sound mind. So if you're moving in fear, then that's the enemy. That's the enemy in itself. All right? So let's go ahead and jump back into this.
The Most High Elijah Muhammad said, if we cannot live in peace among you, if we can't get along with you in peace, then the last resort is we must separate. What does that mean? Okay, well, this is our land still. Don't get it twisted. Our own banks, our own schools, our own grocery stores, our own everything. Malcolm X learned from the Most High Elijah Muhammad, regardless of what anybody got to say on the damn internet. Knock it off. That's who resurrected that man. Before that, he was a pimp. He was a drug dealer. He did all that crazy stuff. His name was Detroit Red. Right. Don't get it twisted. Okay, right. That was his life before. Right. But Detroit Red is dead. Malcolm rose. But
see, here's my thing. If you really feel like Detroit Red is dead, then why touch on that subject? You see what I'm saying? When we talk about Malcolm X, he's formerly known as Malcolm X. Let's talk about the more positive impacts that he had on society, okay? It don't matter. If you want to use that as a way to justify him speaking up for how he felt about the situation that took place between the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and I'm gonna say allegedly took place between the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and these children that became, y'all know what it is, y'all. If you know anything about the story between why it is that Malcolm X actually wanted to pull away from the the you know what I mean. Y'all know this. The what is it, y'all? The Muslims. Okay, let's just say it like that. He wanted to pull away from them because of what he had found out about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay, and him having illegal relationships with children. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay, so he pulled away, and he was finna get ready to expose it. All right, and so let's go ahead.
Right. And all of the different leaders, Martin Luther King, he had the same type of deal. The only reason why they had to take him out is because the last 2 years of his life, he started switching.
Now, notice what he said. He did deals. And I want y'all to understand this too, man. When we talk about Martin Luther King, you have to understand that Martin Luther King had aligned himself with some shit he wasn't supposed to be aligned with to begin with anyway. Okay? He was a part of it. Okay? Now, I want to say he was you have to understand, like, when we go back into history, we talk about Rosa Parks, right? Sitting on the bus and somebody being there to actually catch that iconic scene of her sitting on the bus. How is it possible? Like, let's be for real here. How is it possible that when we talk about things that are just happening naturally, is that it's always somewhere to catch that perfect picture of them sitting down? So in my humble opinion, I do believe, a lot of that was, it was acted out, because you have to understand, when you talk about the era that they was in, then you will realize why I feel that way. I feel like that because television was just being ushered into the homes around that time. And of course they was looking for any source of entertainment, any way to keep people glued, to the television. They didn't know the power of the television at that time. Okay, so look how strong it was, how much chaos it created. You see what I'm saying? But we have to use our common sense here. How is it possible that someone was there to catch that iconic moment where she refused to get up and move? And so that's why I say we got to know that, Martin Luther King was a part of it. Okay, and that's why he said he had the same deal, right? But when he started to go against it, it got out of hand for him because he started to get outside of the programming. Let's go ahead and jump into this.
He went from that nonviolent. I may not get there with you. All that. That was cool. But when he started talking about why I'm against the war in Vietnam, he started talking about boycotting Coca-Cola, seal test bread. Don't go buy this. Matter of fact, don't take the bus. Whoa. You're messing with our economy here.
Political issues. Same thing they did to Larry Hoover. It's a lot of people that don't like Larry Hoover, man, but you have to understand, bro, his structure, if you could ever see the way that it was structured and it was set up, okay, then you would understand it's along the lines of a real organization. The only thing about that, it wasn't legal in the sense that they would have it, okay? And so when we refer to Larry Hoover, we have to understand outside of the image that they portrayed of him, he was actually an intellectual person. He was very smart. For him to even put an organization together like that, it shows you his mentality, okay? Whatever way, he decided to use it, okay? It just shows you his mentality. But you have to understand, what he was doing at that point was he was starting to encourage the members of his organization to start to go toward the board and to begin to vote, okay? And because he was so influential, not in just Chicago, but we talking about in the country, he had that power to make more of the so-called, black men to get up, and the community to get up and go vote. And that was very dangerous when we talk about him having that power to be able to place certain people in offices. When you could put people in office, then you can get some shit done. Somebody a part of your organization could be the judge. That could be the guard at the police station, the same way that we see a lot of these other organizations set up, and they just could not have that. Okay, we talking about somebody that was a chosen one. If you understand where I'm coming from, drop them down.
You're talking about we have a draft. We need soldiers for the war in Vietnam. He's like, no. There's his lectures, his speeches, the other America. Mm-hmm. People got to listen to that. Yeah. There are other ones. Mountaintop and all that is cool, but let's get to the Martin in the last 2 years of his life. He met with the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad helped him to look at what he thought was metaphorical to the literal. And he said, no, brother, that's not what that means in the Bible. It means this. I personally believe after that meeting, that changed a lot of what he thought, because he did become more revolutionary in his speaking. And they said, okay, now you meddling.
And I can believe that. You know what I'm saying? But see, with him being as intelligent as he was, referring to Dr. Martin Luther King, I don't believe that he didn't know what it was that he was aligning, you know what I mean? Like the information that he was receiving. He knew that if it wasn't truth, it wasn't truth. He already knew that. You feel me? But I believe being in that energy of somebody who was really like that, it kind of changed things. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like they always want to give Elijah Muhammad, you know, the credit for someone else coming out and then making the switch. You see what I'm saying?
At first, you was cool with talking about integrating a toilet and going to a damn restaurant. That was cool, Martin. But now you talking about now you talking about you hitting my pockets, Martin. I thought we were good, Martin.
Right.
You graduated from my college. You my nigga.
Right.
But now you're not being who is this? You causing a problem. So in his last days, they bugged everything he had. They were trying to investigate him, talking about they had a audio tape of him having sex with a woman. We're going to send it to your wife. You might as well kill yourself now. Just craziness.
But that wasn't even the issue. And that's why I say, like, and look, I want y'all to understand this. Like, when I get these interviews, I dive a little bit into them. And then, you know, I try to get it with y'all so we can have that energy together. But I want you to understand this. Like, don't make that the reason, bro, that, you know, like, bro, it was a lot behind that. You know what I'm saying? You have to get into the nitty gritty of the people that was even around him at the time. The intentions of it all. And if you don't speak on that, for me, that's not you being rooted in the truth. Okay? We have to let our people know that, bro, he did not pass in the way. You know, and I want to say I cannot confirm or deny anything that's about to be said in the video, but I will ask you guys to use discernment. Okay? But allegedly, he did not pass in the hospital. Okay? He did. When he got there, he was still alive. Okay? And the doctor that was on at that time came in and said, what are y'all doing in here with this Nigger? Okay? And said, get out of here and let that Nigger die. Okay? And then upon that time, all of them dug deep down and they hawked up and they spit on him. You see what I'm saying? And then, as everybody walked out, he was then suffocated. And that's allegedly. We're talking about Martin Luther King. Okay? So I want you to understand this, bro. And I keep telling y'all, bro, when you make it to a certain level, there are people around you. Okay? So as we pay attention to this, I want you to also pay attention to his symbolism, bro. Because when we touch on these, bro, you have to understand, these are touchy subjects for him to be talking on. Okay? So pay attention to the hand language. Because signs and symbols are for what? The conscious mind. Okay, let's go.
And at the last point, it wasn't just one bullet. Brother, they had the berets ready to take him out. They had the Tennessee Ku Klux Klan ready as a backup. They had the police ready as another backup. They had at least 4 organizations ready that if the bullet didn't take him out, the other group would take him out. If that group missed, another group would get him. This was big. So why? We must prevent the rise using biblical language.
See, that's my issue. You told the story, but you didn't tell the grittiness behind it all. Okay, you want to point to it was more than that. It wasn't about him becoming the Messiah. They already knew he was under the program. You see what I'm saying? That's why he was, we ain't finna go out here and we ain't finna start no riot. Okay, even though he did study, up under Mahatma Gandhi, I do believe, man, it was times where Martin Luther King wanted to rise up and get it cracking. Okay, but he was under the program. He was able to do the things that he did for the amount of time that he did it because he was under the program. But see, nobody wants to see that. You see what I'm saying? If you dig into his history, you will see his connections to the boys clubs. Plenty of people have done that already. Drop the names if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, Farrakhan too. Okay, look, I love Farrakhan, bro, and the message that he gives in terms of the community. Okay, look, wasn't Martin Luther King, somebody on it already? Scientific methods say, wasn't Martin Luther King a member of the fraternity Boule? Understand, when you know, okay? When you know. So I feel like for you to get up here, and we understand, bro, that you're communicating through the symbolism of your hand gestures. All right? And then you get on here, and this is why I say, bro, it's people that's infiltrating the community, the conscious community, bro, and they hitting y'all with the bullshit. We're not making our people aware because you're telling half-truths. You see what I'm saying? Thanks, Kimberly Michelle, for sharing. They always don't want to get nobody, you feel what I'm saying? The notifications. But you're telling half truth. And this is why I say when we go all the way back into history, bro, and we talk about the programming of your mentality, okay, this was all done through the television. Even when we talk about, the way that the hatred between the so-called black and the so-called Caucasian person, right? That was all rooted in television, bro. That hate was being promoted through television. You don't think that it was commercials about how these schools were segregated, how water found, that was all being embedded into both parties through television. And so I say, this is a plot and a scheme, and all of them are a part of that Boys and Girls Club. Yes, Juju. What's understood, I gotta be, but I'm just saying, bro. So I want y'all to understand it's all been indoctrinated. It's all been programming since. I'm talking about television. I've hit this. What you thought? Television was just solely for your entertainment? Did you think that for real? Let's be for real, man. When you get in here and you ain't telling the whole truth, bro, it's hard for our people to recognize, bro, the system that's behind it.
Godly language. We must prevent the rise of a black Messiah that can unify and electrify the people. The Christians are looking for the Messiah. The Muslims are looking for the Mahdi, meaning the one who is guiding you back into the oneness of God, and really to show you who Satan is and who he is not, so that you know exactly what to do. That's really math.
When the whole time you shouldn't be waiting for nobody but yourself to begin with. That's the problem now. That's why we haven't ascended. I ain't gonna say we haven't ascended, but that's why the frequency has not gotten to that point. Because we still waiting on the Messiah to come. And you don't even understand that the Messiah is within you. Once we start to recognize that as a collective whole, then we'll start to say, okay, well, only time we're going to get free from this whole mental war, this chemical war, this biological war, so on and so forth. It's if we start to look within and come to save ourselves. Wake up.
Mathematical language.
Right.
This is the one you're not supposed to be following. That's the one you're supposed to be following. You got it? Now, let's go. So they knew. And they, even when they targeted the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they said, no, he's a little older. We don't have to worry about him. He's not going to be here for too long. Malcom, yeah, he fits. Minister Farrakhan was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can know, just to be factual.
Right.
They said, yeah, him. And then Martin Luther King.
No. See, this is what I said. You need somebody that's going to be there, that's not going to go along with the narrative, but somebody that's going to debate you from another perspective. You see what I'm saying? And that ain't why they wanted to target him. You have to understand that Elijah Muhammad was even a part of it. We ain't talking about the honorable, the so-called prophet, because that's not who Elijah was when we refer to the one that's ahead of the organization. Okay? We're not talking about him. The reason that they wanted to target him, you have to understand, a lot of these organizations, man, are like the mafia. Okay? I'm going to give you permission to speak whenever it's time to speak publicly because you are a representation of this organization. Okay? So if you speak and you ain't, wasn't told to speak, then you're going to suffer the consequences behind that. All right? So anything that Malcolm ever said was given permission through Elijah Muhammad. They targeted him because they were given permission, okay, to target him from them because he knew what he knew and he was finna get ready to expose. You have to understand. Malcolm X went digging, y'all. He went digging for this information. This is how he stumbled across, and I think it was somebody else that came up on him and let him know what was going on with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and these children or whatever. But, he spoke up. And look, that's what happened. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened, bro. And so that's why I say when you get on here, bro, you have to understand that he is a part of an organization. He represents them every time he gets in front of that camera. He's saying something that's going to make them look in the best light, bro, and damage his name. I even heard Farrakhan say out his own mouth. So what if we got rid of Malcolm? And this is allegedly. Let me just say allegedly. Okay, y'all know I got to do that. Okay, it's for entertainment purposes only. But he said out his own mouth, y'all. He said, "Hey, look. So what if we did have something to do with Malcolm? What's wrong with us, handling a traitor the way that a traitor should be handled?" Bro, that sounds like mafia activity to me. So you mean to tell me when this man sees something that he don't like and he begins to speak up on it, he got to get annihilated? That's deep. That's deep. Y'all like this up and share it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, him. And Martin Luther King, by the way, let's not get this twisted. He wasn't always nonviolent. he carried a Magnum revolver. Just so y'all know.
Just so y'all know.
Dr. King.
Right.
What was packing?
But see, that still doesn't make him not non-violent. Okay, that still doesn't make him not non-violent because he had to carry it around that time. That's it. That makes him smart. I'm going to carry this because I know the message that I'm giving in the time that I'm giving it in makes me a target. That doesn't make me a violent individual. Let's clear that up.
That. And, you know, because he knew at a certain point, this nonviolence thing is not going to work.
Yeah. I had a dream a sucker was going to try me today.
Oh, for real.
Crazy.
As Jesse Jackson, he was there. He knew who did it. Go ahead.
Hey, that's the first truth he said. You heard what he said, though? Because they know he was there. They know, look, they were supposed to have him in the exact spot that he was in at the exact time. You see what I'm saying? It was a setup, bro. See, and it be your own people, bro. They don't care, bro. Look at them, bro. Ain't man one of them ever had to like, you know, be publicly, well, they have. They've been in public humiliated, but I would say that was more so along the lines of a ritual. When we talk about, you know, Jesse, you know, who we just mentioned. You feel what I'm saying? So, Lion is free. Say, I hate to see all indigenous people get caught up over power and money. Yeah, that's big facts. It's not about the power and money, I truly believe. I just believe that, you know, you get indoctrinated when you get inside of these occults. Let me just say that. When you get inside of these occults, because the fact is that they want you to believe everything is an occult, but the things that they told you aren't. So the organizations that they tell you that are legal organizations, they aren't occults. Okay? But they indoctrinate you to believe certain things when you get inside of these occults. You feel me? So you have to understand, people inside of the occults, man, they don't care about money, man. They understand, they talk about power, bro. They know money is nothing more than a chest to get people to move in the direction that they want them to move in, because they've taught you to believe that money was everything. When you go through the 13 to 15 years of indoctrination, when you in the school systems, they teach you about the economy slightly. You learn money. They don't even teach you about, you know, nothing else, but they teach you about that.
To your knowledge, what led to Malcolm X's demise?
No, I did watch. Paula denied. She said, look, Paula Denby, she said, I don't think you watched the whole video. Watch the whole thing. That's not what he said. I understand what you're saying, though, but what I'm trying to say is this, Paula. This is my first time doing something outside of this video. I have watched the whole video. I'm just breaking it down from my perspective and not saying that he's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong at all, but I'm just saying, like, you know, there are certain things that we can't leave out when we talk about giving our people truth. You feel me? We can't make them feel comfortable in no situation where we know it's some BS at.
To my knowledge, the last point meaning the day, there was no security at the door. Nation of Islam, we are taught we have security at the door, especially at night during the time of meetings. You have someone watching the exits and the entryways. You have that. That's a basic. It's basic. It's a basic.
Just check the door.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Malcolm didn't have security at the door. At the height of a time that was so tender.
Hey, you see what I'm saying, bro? And see, that's why I had to lean my head to the side, man, like that, bro. Like, when you know the story and you actually dug into the history, you can't listen to the lies, bro. You can't. He wants y'all to believe that Malcolm did not have nobody at the door during the time that he was, you know, assassinated. And that's just not the fact. The fact is that he was no longer protected by your organization anymore. That's the fact of the matter, okay? So he had to have who he could around. Let's keep it real, man. You feel me? You selling your own brother out, man. That's big facts, bro. Back coming up here and telling a lie, bro. And insulting his children as well who know the truth. Have to watch this interview, bro. Come on, man.
You know, you have people hearing the stuff you're saying. You got the enemy looking at you. What are you about to do now? Because we heard you was trying to get back with that man Elijah. The latter days, brother, he was trying to get back in the Nation of Islam.
We don't know that. Did we ever hear him say he physically was trying to get back into the Nation of Islam? We never seen that. Y'all, man. So look, I'm not gonna even agree with that.
And he wasn't gone for long. Let's make this clear. People don't know, like they don't know the facts about this thing.
Right.
Malcom wasn't gone for a long time. But he did an audio apologizing to the Most High Elijah Muhammad because he wanted to get back into good graces. He got out.
Because you have to understand they're all connected. Like we can go into Islam, we can go into the KKK, and we can actually see how they both are interconnected with one another. And through signs and symbols, when we talk about the attire that they wear, how they connected. That's how they connected, bro. So, like, bro, let's be for real. If they was threatened by them, they'd have been took them down the same way they took the Black Panther Party down and everything else. Bro, if they was threatened by them, they would have done that already.
In that world, and he saw not just some white Muslims praying. Knock it off. The Most High Elijah Muhammad went to Mecca before he did. Stop it. And white folks is coming at the foot of, the Most High Elijah Muhammad listening to him, white reporters and all that. So it's like, okay, just stop the fake stuff. He didn't all of a sudden see, hey, a white man's drinking tea out of the same cup. You're not the devil. Knock it off. Knock it off. Because what you're saying is Malcom was so unintelligent that a cup of tea would transform. Stop it. Yeah. I can't stand when people are so damn. You devalue yourself so much. You think, oh, that's what happened all of a sudden. Now, you know what? They're all great people. Stop.
Right.
Because when he got back, he realized exactly what's going on out here. And they said, well, it's black folks that did it. No. People who are very intellectually lazy, you're not going to want to go down the rabbit hole and look at all the facts. Because when you look at the fact that the FBI rented out the ballroom 2 weeks before, CIA was involved. They drilled holes in the top. Dick Gregory even told you this. And Dick Gregory on the day of talked to Malcolm X and said, Malcolm, I love you, but I'm not going to be there with you. Because he was in the same city. He said, because I know today the U.S. government is going to get you. And I can't have my heart changing by seeing you getting taken out. Dick Gregory talked to Malcolm that day. No security at the door. You got people who feeling whatever they feeling. Black folks, white folks, all kinds of stuff. At bare minimum, because you said, what did I think? Like, how did I think? At bare.
But see, here's my thing, bro. Why would this man not know that why would he not have security at the door, right? And he knows that he's a target. He knows he's a target, man. Like, people are literally coming up and throwing like bombs through this man's front window, bro. And he does not have any security at the door. I mean, let's be for real here. You feel me? Like that, like the story don't add up, bro. You have to understand he had no protection. If he was trying to get back to the Islam, to the Nation of Islam, it was because he needed that protection. But unbeknownst to him, they were the ones that he needed the protection from. Or maybe he did know. Drop the knives if you understand where I'm coming from.
Minimum that. I can go into a whole lot more, but at bare minimum that man reached a point where if he would have reunited with the Most High Elijah Muhammad, it will be over for this system. Over. And they know it. They said, we cannot let this happen. We can't let this happen. If that happens, it is a done deal because the man done traveled the world now. Now he sees what it's like outside of America. It's different. So he's going to come back with that knowledge now and then reunite with his teacher. Again, you done heard a lot of stuff. I don't give a damn.
Right.
Because those of us who live it can tell you it is different. So they had to take him out. No, don't let him live. Don't let him get up out of here. Yes, we'll use people with black faces that look like the Trigger Man. Yeah, but the bullet holes came in his body going downward.
Hey, and I do agree with him when he says that, it was a play in the scheme, right? Plot in the scheme. But I will tell you this though, man. He said, don't believe the stories that's being told, right? But the whole time, like, even Dick Gregory spoke on some of the topics that even I'm speaking on right now, for one. Okay. And then two, you weren't even there. You weren't there when this took place. So all you know is what you've told. So if you're directly in contact with someone like Farrakhan and he's actually giving you the story, I would say, one, that's a form of indoctrination. One, in my humble opinion, when you go back into history, they say that Farrakhan was actually jealous of Malcolm and wanted his spot, right? So that shows the black devil in him, okay? And two, there would be another form of indoctrination in terms of trying to keep you in your place in terms of you not, stepping outside of the guidelines. That's the reason for that story. He wanted to come back, but we wouldn't allow him to come back because he had traded us. Y'all know how Farrakhan be talking, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I take you as a smart guy, RZA. I take you as a smart guy. There's no way that you could be that stupid to believe that? Come on, man. Y'all drop them nines, man. Somebody say control opposition. That's big facts. Cosmic intelligence.
Not upward. They had blanks. People shot him from the ceiling. People have no idea what they're talking about. Not even close. Then when you investigate, why is it that 2 of the people were just exonerated last year and 2 years ago, pardon me?
And I didn't even think about it like that, Tanya H. Mills, but hey, you know what? That made me want to look into it now that you put it in those terms. That's big facts. That's big facts.
People, the shooters,
Right.
they were found not guilty. From my understanding, the city of New York is now paying them. Y'all don't know about any of this, that the confession, the deathbed confession of the other officer who admitted that, yes, we were on Malcolm's detail. We were watching him, yes. And they admitted that we were a part of taking him out. The deathbed confession, his sister, they were just there, I think it was 2 years ago, where all of this just came out again. I'm like,
why is it that somebody always has a deathbed confession? So you mean to tell me that through all this life, allowing somebody to suffer for your pain and trauma, that while you finna get ready to leave, is this your way of trying to, get rid of that karma? Ain't gonna happen. These people, they be knowing what they be doing, man. Cause they be into something when they young that they find out that ain't right as they become, as they get to become old and be wiser. So they're like, oh man, I gotta speak my truth so that, I won't pass away with this on my conscience and have to take this to me in the next life. They know.
this keeps coming out more and more and more. But people say, no, the Nation of Islam did it. I'm in the Nation of Islam. I wasn't born until 1990. You ain't thinking.
Right.
We just talk.
Right.
We just talk. Oh, the nation. Why? Because it's easy to blame your brothers. Easy to have smoke for your people because you will never have it for this open enemy because you're weak. You always want to point at your own people. That's easy to do. But the moment I say, okay, you want to really have some smoke? Let's go to the real enemy. No, I ain't ready for that. Then stop talking like you a damn gangster because you ain't. And I mean what I'm saying. People talk a lot.
Right.
But it's like, stop talking. Please stop because you ain't built like that. Because if you were, you would say, you know what? Let's stop killing each other, come together and build. And if anybody from
hey, that's big fact. Juju said he did more hand gestures than knowledge. That's big facts, man.
Outside tries to come and take us out, then we're gonna come at them. That's gangster for real.
That's what it originally was supposed to be.
That's what it was, and that's what it will get back to if we really fall in line. It can get back to that. It's possible. So, and I know it's a loaded question because there's so much history in it, and I want to go into more of that. But I think we should really start to unpack all of that and realize that, no, it's not what you classically heard, bro. Sorry to tell you. They just found them innocent. The two shooters, there was three. But then these two, Thomas Hagen, and then the other two, they said, well, no, actually, the city is now paying them money for wrongfully accusing them. Did y'all know this?
Yeah, I know.
I read about
Millions.
Yep.
Let's see how much money.
But see, the fact is, people don't realize these type of things when they take place, right? I keep telling y'all, man, that people ain't paying them, bro, for their wrongdoing. They ain't paying them for the fact that they did, that's like the payoff. You did your time. I want to thank you, man. So while you here, you was down for us. So while you here, we're going to give you some millions the rest of the time that you free. That's all that was, man. You see what I'm saying? That's all that was. When I say they did what they was, I'm not saying that they actually did out and went out and partook in the homicide. I'm not saying that what he's saying is wrong. I'm saying that the reason they got paid for that was because they stayed in line. They did the time. They did what was necessary, and that was their way of saying, I appreciate you. Whatever you need, we got you. All you got to do is, drop them nines if you understand where I'm coming from.
I was incarcerated with one of them, upstate New York.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. And it's so hurtful. It's just so hurtful because it's like, dang, they have roughly 1, 2, almost 3 generations of people, maybe 4 generations, totally convinced that it's just look at this group and these people here, men, women, and children, mind you. It's not okay. So they all did it. His little brother did it. His little sister. They all just did it.
$36 million.
$36 million.
36.
How many years did they do?
Dollars.
How many years did they do again?
I'm glad you pulled that up.
$36 million for the time that they did, y'all. That's a man. Look, and I bet you they was well taken care of while they was in there. I bet you.
Right now on camera.
You remember how many years they did all together?
35? Check again. It's
$1 million
roughly. It's
a
over
year.
30 years.
Yeah.
Just to be found.
It's
Roughly
about
$1 million a year.
about 50, 60 years. That's crazy.
It's insane.
You mean to tell me you lied to the people this long? Then the people start caring and the people start saying it. Why? Because you attacked the group that you know is successful at educating the people about who you are. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to hate them Negroes and bean pie slinging, blah, 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 making fun of them, put it in TV, cartoons.
Right.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about? Who y'all think they was talking about?
Yup.
And just keep making fun because you chip away at the credibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then you don't want to believe them. You don't even want to be around them. Oh, y'all them niggas.
That's why I hate those movies.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and that all goes back to the 48 Laws of Power. I told y'all they want to assassinate the character. So.
Come on, man. Yeah, it's real.
I got. Do you have another question, man?
Yes. Go ahead, though.
My question was, why do you believe the children of our black leaders that got assassinated haven't uprisen?
See, I didn't even get that. We're going to get into a whole nother segment, but just to touch on what he's saying, my personal belief is that because, first of all, they're afraid, okay? Because somewhere along the line, y'all, like this story is in there. Somebody knows the truth inside of these families, y'all. You have to understand that, okay? Somebody knows the truth. And that's just facts. But like I say, man, like, we have to watch, bro, and use discernment when we dealing with any type of information. That's whether it's coming out of his mouth, my mouth, the newspaper's mouth, whoever mouth, bro. Because I feel like he did a wrongful deed by betraying Malcolm X in the way that he did. And it's all because he's aligned with these people that's getting him the publicity that he needs to have. I need to be in there. I'll go in there and do something, man. Look, I open their eyes up. I'm going to hurt all their feelings in there. Because the truth hurts. I'm going to hurt all their feelings in there, bro. Because we're going to get to the nitty gritty, man. They come in there and they half-step it, bro. It's all for goddamn it, exposure. All for exposure. Okay? Let's dig into this. Because I know he talked about cloning a little bit, man. He said that it's not in the way that people think it is. So like I said, I touched on this piece of the video a little bit, but I want to dig into it a little more just to see where he went with the narrative in terms of, cloning and is it real? Okay, let's go ahead and check this out.
Tyrone, well, first off, when I saw that, I said, okay, well, does it exist? Yes, it does. That's number one. Number two, they use...
Wait, you said it does exist, talking about the cloning?
Cloning does exist. Oh, for sure. But not in the way that people think. They have a completely... one person who is a complete, carbon copy of that person, because you can't copy a soul.
Right.
Okay, a spirit of a person that goes into this animated form of a body. So it's not what people think entirely. But it does exist. If they can clone meat, which they do.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with what he just said in terms of cloning. I do believe you can't clone a person's soul, but I feel like that's common sense. We know that they're talking about cloning the physical shell. Okay? We do know that, but and what I feel like what he said should bring light to a lot of people. Yeah, they can't clone your physical, your spiritual essence, but they can clone your physical body. Okay, so with that being said, what is it that they need your soul for? For these clones that they making? You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's be for real.
Yeah.
Fish, chicken, they're cloning monkeys. They're cloning.
They clone appendages.
Rats.
Without, you don't even need the whole body.
Yeah, so those are just steps going toward the ultimate goal, which is to clone a full human being. So some people believe it exists. I haven't found the proof that it exists in that complete way.
I know when you talk about clone aid, though, clone aid, I feel like if you could clone a sheep, you could clone a person. Let's be for real. Technology has gotten so far since they've cloned the first sheep. You feel me? So, like, let's be for real. And it's allegations that was made that clone aid actually did some work with Michael Jackson as well. Like, let's be for real. Like, and I understand where he's coming from, but no, I really do. I just have to disagree with him when it comes to that. I really do feel like at this point, yeah, we are cloning people.
That movie or documentary is giving you an idea the step was, I believe they got him a
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Bill Gates even mentioned in one of his speeches how they was trying to get a bill together or something how that would basically make it illegal for them to clone people because they felt like it was unjust.
what was it, the chicken?
Yes. It was
Something
a
in the chicken.
Chicken
Yup.
made him happy.
It was the fried chicken too.
Chicken made him happy.
The chicken
We
made him
know
happy.
that. That's chicken made black folks happy. I think it's Popeyes right now that is now coming out saying, we don't make sense, we make chicken. I said, if that's not the most racist goddamn... Really? Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, it's hard. Y'all can laugh, but you know it's terrible. Love that chick. Just oh
I know the whole
Subliminal suggestion.
brother.
the
I
whole
don't know if it's
Jefferson's
subliminal.
accent on it. You know what I mean? Love that chicken for Popeyes.
Louisiana too.
But I hate that.
Oh, that's
I
insulting.
hate
as hell.
that.
Man.
Here we go.
No, that's good.
Here we go. Here we
It's
go.
insulting, man. But
But
that's the point. So they put the basic things that we know. Okay, y'all eat chicken. We know that. Boom. This is what's happening here. Drugs. Got it. Okay. This.
No. Like, you see what I'm saying, though? Like, how is it that you not touching on? You know what they saying, man. This is going on every day. I don't know if I ever heard him speak on the food or not, but no. We're not even leading that conversation off like that. This is a very serious topic because this is what's going on every day. Okay? And I want people to look at that movie, They Clone Tyrone, from a spiritual aspect so that you can actually see what is going on because it was more than just an insult of a culture. No, he was not trying to insult a culture. You see what I'm saying? I really do believe that he was trying to, warn people that, all of the stuff that's causing you to become ill, so on and so forth is in the food. It's in the hair products. It's in the lotions. Okay? He was trying to make you aware of that in a symbolic way. Henceforth is why we see him allegedly come up missing. And this is why this new one that we're seeing running around right now doesn't have the tattoo on the back of his head. Okay? So yeah, I believe They Clone Tyrone it was real, bro. He was showing you how it's a system first and foremost that's taking place inside of these lower poverty communities, or AKA better known as the projects or the hoods or these trailer parks. You can take it however you want to take it. You see what I'm saying? And they're experimenting with you on a day-to-day basis through your food, through your hair. He even tapped into cloning and things like that. Now, I would believe that if he's tapping into cloning, then it would be from his perspective. That's not let's not take from the fact that he played a big role in producing this, Jamie Foxx. So no, I don't want to when we touch on topics like that movie per se. I want to say, man, y'all need to watch that movie, They Clone Tyrone. It's great symbolism in that. It's great symbolism.
This is all real stuff. Okay, so it doesn't need
The
too much
hair
breaking down.
product made
hair
people
product.
The hair products.
forgetful
Come on now,
and
fibroids
complacent.
from those hair products and all that kind of stuff. All this stuff is very real. But when they looked at it, I said, oh, because if you can get a man to hate himself, hate his people, be willing to kill himself on sight easily, well, you just cloned yourself in him. He doesn't have his mind anymore. He has yours.
He has your ideals.
He has your mind now. So we are the white man that we have hated. We have become him. Who else can just kill one of their own people easily? Deep breath, pff, bomb, done deal. But a devil. You can't tell me you have love for your people and just do that. Now, again, for whatever reason I get it, I get all kinds of reasons. Well, that's the one that did this, and I get all of that, bro. But to be very honest with you, we have all the smoke for each other and none for this open enemy. Something don't make sense here.
Right.
You got all the smoke for one another. But who put us here? Why are we in this condition? It's your ignorance of this system that continues to perpetuate our condition. It's our ignorance of it. So the movie was really them laughing. I get tired of watching movies like that.
Yeah.
But we're so conditioned.
Are you kidding me? Look, yeah, you're right. Damon Bailey, you hit on. He said you forgot Riz a part of Scientology community, right? And that's linguistics. I mean, linguinistics, whatever he said. Y'all know what he's talking about, though. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's what that was. Like, come on, bro. And then it's just it's crazy to me how many people are attracted to him because he's well spoken. He's well mannered. You see what I'm saying? Bro, Did you hear what he just said? I get tired of watching movies like that where it's a lot of symbolism in them and them making jokes of us. Dude, that came from not just any regular person. That was somebody that was a part of the industry when we talk about Jamie Foxx, who I do believe has seen so much shit that he wanted to get it out, and that was the best way to get it out. You know, and it just so happened that we in the time that we are in when we talk about the age of Aquarius, and so many people called on, even the powers that be. So they chastised him for it, in my humble opinion. I will say that I can't confirm that, but it's in my humble opinion. So I feel like when you see people get up here and they just miss stuff like that, man, it's crazy.
And it's normalized now. We laugh at all that dumb nigga.
Say that book tell you that, you say that book that's called Secrets, they tell you that it's the food, the air, the water, and the clothes, it's everything we use. That's big facts.
But that really happens.
Right.
That's really happening right now. But we're so used to it. Man, hey, Reese, just another day, bro.
Wow. Young Theo say, I'm starting to think 19 Keys, age of 2. Let's dive into that.
Come on, I mean, what we're going to do, how about you change it, at least in your house? Start there. Start in your apartment. Start where you are. I'm not saying go out here and try to change the whole world. Just start where you are, what you can control. And then from there, other people will see the example. Well, you're not doing that no more. Damn, you stopped doing that. Okay, all right, I feel you. And watch people look at you because they want to see, is he really serious about what he's doing now? Because if he changed, then I know I can change. Then that will duplicate. Then that will duplicate. Then that will duplicate. Then the cloning of Tyrone will be in a way that the enemy can't benefit from anymore, but that God can benefit from, and he can use us to help our people. That's how we have to do it.
I agree with that. There was a brother in my neighborhood that I looked up to because he was tough, and you know he had pull in the neighborhood, and he converted. He took on some strong beliefs, and I saw the change in him, and it made me realize that I can have that same change also. So I agree with that, 100%. But I do need to know, what is your stance on soul playing?
On soul playing? Oh man, soul playing was interesting. That was interesting because it wasn't just a concept, it actually happened. I mean, we had a black man, I believe, in Atlanta who owned an airline. That has happened. I believe there's a sister in South Africa right now who owns an airline. Like, this does exist. It has existed before. So
But they didn't have gold rims.
They didn't have gold rims out of that. No, you know, we got to exaggerate it. You know, that was funny as heck. That was hilarious. But I love us, bro. I don't judge us too much because I understand our condition. We got to laugh at our pain, man. We ignorant. So we got to be funny with it sometimes. And there's a lot of us who are not ignorant. See, we have to show the balance too. So it's not all one thing. No. But the movie was funny. All of that was hilarious.
Oh, I agree with you 100% on that, Cobb. You can tell us just, he said Mav Hop is fake too. You could tell that through the sounds, through the symbols too. I believe that they were communicating, okay? They were communicating. Even him, the way his hand is right here, he's communicating because the camera is on him, okay? Like, you have to understand, bro, like, it's powerful and it's bigger than what you think it is.
But then again, I said, no, we really need to go ahead and do that. There are too many millionaires and billionaires that we have. We should have airlines, banks, grocery stores, transportation systems. What the hell are you waiting for? Oh, I'm nervous about what? It's 2023. What are you afraid of now? I don't get it. I'm really trying to figure this out. Just give me a reason. What's up? You put $1 million down. They put 10 million. Y'all put 20 million. Okay, go into a contract. What, you got to put a white face in front to make it happen? I get it. I mean, business-wise, I get it.
Yeah.
Realistically, I get that too. Okay, got it. Okay, y'all got the few ones who want to say the N-word around you. Yeah, use them. Get it done. Whatever you feel is comfortable for you. Okay, but stop making excuses and stop not getting it done. Because those of us, if we did have it, yeah, we could make it happen, being strategic. But stop acting like we don't have it. That's my only thing.
Hold on. Let me show y'all something.
Stop acting like.
Did y'all catch that?
Because those of us, if we did have it, yeah, we could make it happen, being strategic. But
this is what I be talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. He been throwing this up all the way. I'm talking about he done threw the all-seeing eye symbolism up. He done threw up all type of stuff. If you watch this whole interview between him and Matt Hoffa, I've never seen nothing like this happen in my life. And see, the dude right here, bro, in the back, bro, He know what's going on. You see how he put his head down because he threw that up. He know what's going on. You feel me? So I'm just saying, between these two, I've never seen as much symbolism in the world than this one video. Between these two. Say, yes, he did. I ain't even gonna lie. That's big facts. Like, what is going on?
Stop acting like we don't have it. That's my only thing. Don't act like, brother, you walking around here with a chain that's worth $1 million. You wearing $500,000 on your neck, 18 million on your wrist, and you telling me, Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
$18 million watch. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Just a watch. Okay. You could change a lot of lives with that. Industry with that. Mm-hmm. It'll flip quick. 18 million. Yes.
We need to debunk that, because what are you putting in this little space that's worth 18 million? I need to know.
Why in the fuck are you asking me?
Brother, I need to know. We need to figure that out. Like,
please.
Right.
Oh, please research it, because it shocked me the way it shocked you. The point is, there is no reason. There is no logical reason.
Right.
But who you go to purchase it, they give the customer what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna hike that price up. Yeah. Can't nobody else get this. You need to watch an old video called How to Sell to the Negro. It's in the 1960s. Mm-hmm. They did a video instructing stores on how to sell to the Negro. They said, make him feel like he's exclusive. Mm-hmm. Make him happy about it. Make him feel like he can't afford it. Put it behind the glass. Say, no, don't even worry about looking over there. This is something that's around your budget. You mean I can't afford that? What? Give me that. It's in your whole check. Sell your house for a jacket.
Put on layoff.
Anything.
Yeah.
How to sell to the Negro. You watch that, you're gonna be like, they really did this. Yes, they did. They were very serious. Because why? Because it works. Don't get mad at me. Yeah. Get mad at yourself for buying.
We the top consumers.
And we are the top consumers.
Oh, that's big facts. We are the top consumer. And like I said, they use celebrities to do that. They use the television in your home to do that. It's all through indoctrination. It's all about manifesting the reality that they can't. That's what that is about. And the more you become aware of it, the more you can start to pull yourself away from it. It's in my humble opinion that y'all don't need boo tubes in y'all house anyway. For what? We understand it's all about social engineering, predictive programming, okay, and to get you to manifest the reality that they want. Because guess what? If that boob tube was not in your home, then you could care less about an American dream. You could care less about being a basketball player, having the biggest bank account. You see what I'm saying? You can care less about any of that. The only thing that you will actually care about is your family and enjoying life. And, along the way, you may have even connected more with the planet. But I need you to understand that is what this is about. Y'all drop them names if you understand where I'm coming from, bro. This shouldn't be, at this point in an awakening, these are the things that you should already know. That's big facts.
Code is send a Dominican chick out. Papi, you can't afford this, Papi.
That's a New York special. That's funny.
Yes, I can.
I'm on the flex.
Just because you're here. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
But how? All right. I hear what you're saying. We're here. We have these millionaires. We have these people in place. We should all band together.
Those who are like-minded, at least.
Right.
At least those who are like-minded.
Like-minded.
Which will be fewer than what we expect, but they'll get the job done.
But as a strategist, just considering that, what is the enemy's response?
See, look, this is what I be trying to get y'all to understand, bro. Like, it's a lot of people out here that's giving good information, bro, but you have to sit back and listen to what they're saying. Because, yes, it sounds good. But, I'm going to rephrase that. You have to actually go and do the research in terms of what they're saying. Because, yes, it does sound good, but it does not align with, what history tells us or what the research is telling us. Because we know, especially when you talk on Malcolm X, bro, all that shit was a lie. You feel me? It's a lie. You feel me? But, yes. Understand that, bro. They have these televisions in our home, bro, not for entertainment purposes, okay? You think it's for entertainment purposes. But the whole time, these televisions, they're nothing but indoctrination programs, okay? What they do is they get you to manifest the reality that they want you to live, whether that be on a large scale, a middle scale, or a poor scale, okay? Are you going to partake in it? And if you're very, very driven, then you're the one that's going to become wealthy. Okay, because you're driven into manifesting our reality. So you're gonna create that rich class that we want, and then you Okay, you just moderately live. You want to live a lifestyle where you really in debt, but everything's look perfect. You know what I'm saying? You're that middle class that we wanted to create. And if you just decide not to partake in it at all, then you will be the more poor class. You see what I'm saying? And that's big facts. But either way it go, you feel me? You're going to manifest this reality, okay? Because you think the things that we're portraying to you is cool. Just like they manifested the reality of us bickering and arguing at each other, thinking, giving the false narrative of who was the superior race, so on and so forth. You have to understand that. All right? And so, with that being said, man, I hope that you guys learned something from this. Like I said, get over to YouTube if you haven't already and pound that like button, man. If you're on YouTube, pound that like button. But when you get over there, please don't forget to hit the subscription bell, icon. Also, don't forget to hit the post notification bell, okay? Because you're going to want to catch me every time I go live over there. If you love the lives, man, and you want to catch me live, that's where you need to be going to, all right? And also, do not forget to follow me on Instagram as well. We're going to build over there. It's a lot of y'all that got great knowledge, man, that y'all need to share and want to share. Okay, and if that's something that you're interested in and you want to do, please do not be afraid to join me on Instagram at IamAwaken_chosen one, man, because we're going to cut up, all right? And I just want to leave y'all as I came. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashe.